Good evening, guys, and welcome back to the Fergie Way. We teach FM, of course, and first order of business, thank you, and thank you. We are now at 1,000 subs, and it is the help of all you guys that have helped get me there. I mean, it's been 2.5 months. It's been absolutely crazy. I thought I'll do a little bit of Football Manager on YouTube. Maybe in a year I'll have a few hundred subscribers, people following, wanting to watch me content. But 2.5 months, it's been absolutely fucking mental. So thank you guys very, very much. So in today's episode, we are, of course, going to be playing Chelsea. If you remember, they did knock us out of the EFL Cup, so there's maybe a little bit of a grudge match going on, revenge maybe. We are going to be playing a strong team today because it's in the Premier League. And with Tottenham chasing us very closely behind, it's certainly no points that we want to drop, especially when you consider the draw. Especially when you consider we only got a draw against Liverpool in the last game. And speaking of the last game, I might have had a crash. Yep, so as you guys know, we drew 2-2 with Liverpool in the last game. But if you look at the schedule there, 1-1. So what happened was I have a usual routine when I come out of doing a recording. It's like exporting my video, my audio and everything else. We're doing all that and I work on a Mac. And all of a sudden, I'm getting everything set into my editor. And Football Manager's quit unexpectedly. So I thought, all right, I've probably saved it after the game. No, I've not. So I had a couple of choices. I could have gone back and just re-recorded the whole episode and then maybe got a win because we were the form team, we were the favourite, maybe we should have won. And then I thought to myself, well, it's sort of like cheating. It's like just reloading the game and trying to win you 3 points. So instead, what I did, and it took me 3 attempts, I fundamentally played for a draw. So it's now 1-1. It took me 3 times of reloading it back to that game to ensure that we got a draw so that we were still on the level. Now, granted, we did score 2 goals. Dybala grabbed a couple. That's not the case now. He's only down as getting 1 goal. But I felt a bit better in myself not replaying it and walking away with a win. And I would have rather, and I did, replay it, got the 1 point that we thoroughly, well, not deserved. We maybe should have deserved the win in that last game. But I got myself back to getting that point, that single point that we did get against Liverpool, just so everything was on the level. So how's that for integrity? So as we're on the schedule, we may as well check out the other game that we played. And as you can see, it was against Bournemouth in the FA Cup. And they went 2-0 up inside like the first, first half an hour, 2-0. And Dybala scored with the last kick of the game. So, of course, we have picked up a replay, which will happen after the Arsenal game a little bit further from now. So that was all the games that we played, or one game that we played. As you know, we've got a few fixtures now that are pretty close together that are quite important. So they are going to be quite short episodes. One thing I do want to say is after the Liverpool game, Zidane came and personally watched Pogba. So it looks like they've not given up on Pogba just yet. Might be a little bit of a fight to keep him, but let's face it, we're going to try and win the Champions League this year. And once that's done, who knows whether I need Pogba anyway, because as you know, the original plan has always been to move on. There has been a couple of other little bits of news though, so we'll take a look. First of all, Memphis Depay, he did pick up an injury in that game against Brentford, and he's out currently for 3 weeks, so we are going to be 1 striker down as we head into a busy period, which is not ideal. And the only other little bit of news that there's been, we didn't get anything for Player of the Month, we didn't get anything for Manager of the Month. However, Rashawn Williams, as I've been saying these last few episodes, has been doing so brilliantly. Picks up Young Player of the Month. Angel Gomez was second in the Young Player of the Month as well, which is good to see. And that's it. There was no other news. So what we're going to do is we're going to head straight over to game day against Chelsea. With a little bit of luck, we're going to pick up 3 points today, because you've got to bear in mind, right now, we're off the back of 2 draws. And would you believe it, it's fucking happened again. Now, at the beginning of the season, they decided to buy James Rodriguez in case Juan Mata is going to struggle with injuries throughout the season. In training, injured through wear and tear, his knee is done in. 3 to 4 months, well, not even 3 to 4 months, just outright 4 months out of the game. Thank God we bought James. Now we'll head over to the game. So here we are then, game day at Old Trafford. Chelsea coming to visit us up north today. So we're going to go straight into the team selection. So we've got David De Gea in goal. We then have Alaba, Rashawn Williams, of course, in great form at the moment. He was definitely going to be starting the game. With Eric Bailly at the back. Darmian at the right. Darmian coming back into the team. If you remember, he had a bit of a wobble, reckoning Barcelona were interested in him. Didn't even bid for him, so I've basically left him out. He's now coming back into the game. He did feature against Brentford in that little FA Cup game just to get his sharpness up. We then have Pogba, Neves and Sanchez in the middle. Of course, James stepping in for Juan Mata, who's now injured, and we've lost him for 4 months. Again, probably till the end of the season, if you remember rightly. The same thing happened around the same time last year. And then we have Dybala playing the complete forward. And I was talking to one of my subscribers in the comments, his name's Sharpie290, and he said that he's been using this formation and he's had Rashford playing as a poacher on attack. So I thought, well, caution to the wind. Why not? We'll just give it a whirl, see how he gets on. Sharpie reckons that although he won't necessarily score more goals, out of the chances that he gets, he'll certainly put more in. So we'll see how it goes. So I just thought I'd give it a whirl. Moving on to the Chelsea team then, of course, they have Courtois in net with Leon, Christensen, Zuma and Van Beek at the back. Danilo sat in front of them. Danilo they have just bought. We'll take a look. They bought him from Valencia. It cost them 45 million quid. And I mean, he's one of those players that looks a little bit like Ruben Neves, where he's not got a right load of like really high stats going off all over the place. But I mean, if you look around at the 15s and 14s and 13s on the ladder, I think he's pretty good. So what we'll do is we'll go back to the team. So that's Danilo, that's their new signing. They're going to play him today in the DM position. Then I have Kante and Mario in the middle with Lozano, Willian, all sat behind Solanke. And as you know, Solanke just always manages to grab a goal against us. So we go into the opposition instructions now. And, well, basically Roy's room of pain. What are you saying there, Roy? Just staring, as usual. And, yeah, so we're going to apply Roy's advice. Hard tackling across the chaps in the middle. We'll probably hard tackle Danilo just because he's new to the Premier League. So we'll let him know what it's all about. We go into the team talk, and it's not for the fans, but it is a nice and calm. Media have given you a lot of, Jesus Christ, no morale whatsoever. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to force it. And as usual, a passionate bit of faith. All is green and all is right in the world. So we start the game, guys, on the back of 2 draws. Really looking for a win today. But first thing I wanted to talk about during the first highlight, which as we always know is bullshit. Subs, over 1,000. It's been amazing. Thank you guys so much. The interaction in the comments lately, the shares, the likes, it's just all been absolutely, I'm taken back. And when you see me sort of hit the like button on any comments in the comments, or if you're on Twitter and I like a tweet, it's because I genuinely, it means a lot when you guys do that, and I am liking it because it basically means a lot to me. You know, it means a lot that you guys are going out your way. And so yeah, no more soppy shite, but we're at 1,000. Thanks to you guys. Jobs are good. So it's Sanchez now in the area. Sanchez takes a shot. Rashawn Williams ended up taking a shot, but it looks like it was going to go wide of the post, but it was cleared back out. End of the highlight. As Alaba was getting in the box, we got stuffed as usual. It's Courtois on the ball now for Chelsea. Tries playing it forward to Solanke, but Rashawn Williams nodded it down. But Chelsea are still in possession with Willian trying to get up the right wing. Doesn't work though. Ruben Neves intercepts his pass. It's Pogba. Tries playing it forward to Rashford. Rashford ran a long time after the ball was played there. I don't know what he was playing at. It's Pogba to James. James to Rashford. Rashford's in the box. He's going to play it across. He does towards Dybala. James arriving and it is 1-0, guys. It's took all of 4 minutes and we're trying to exert that revenge we were talking about. So Rashford peeled off his marker. Great run into the byline. Plays it across. Leon gets it clear and James just arrives. Courtois had absolutely no chance. Left foot, half volley, right in the back of the net. And we are leading 1-0, which is a good thing because I said this before. These points right now are so important. Now, obviously, Champions League is all important. That's what we're here for. That's exactly what we want to try and win this season. But trying to maintain at least a touching distance at the top, because right now we are at the top of the league. Spurs having a couple of games in hand, so it's like a bit of a fake lead, if you know what I mean. So picking up every single point that we can is going to mean a lot. And against Chelsea, who knocked us out of the FL Cup, that's just that little bit sweeter, isn't it? It's Pogba now. Plays the ball over the top to Dybala. Dybala's still on it, though. Loses out, but Sanchez wins it back. It's Rashford playing it forward to James. Is James? No, I thought he was going to grab 2 then. Stepping in for the injured Juan Mata would have been awesome if he'd grabbed 2 goals in the first quarter of an hour of the game. But it's not the case. Sanchez now in the middle. Sprays it out wide to Dybala. Dybala with a great ball to Rashford. He's done that so many times. His over-the-top through balls are insane. Once again, Rashford's not quite able to score it, but these pair, when they play together, Rashford usually does quite well playing off Dybala, so I would expect to see Rashford grab a goal today. And maybe if Sharpie's right, he might even grab a couple playing in this poacher role, so we'll see how he gets on. Mario to Van Beek, Willian. Van Beek plays the ball over towards Solanke. It's cleared out though, but new player Danilo's on the ball, plays it back to Kante. Jean Mario, Danilo, Kante. Forward to Willian with great ball to Solanke. And I said it, didn't I? He always seems to score against us, without fail, every single time. I mean, the lad's obviously playing quite well. He's in the first team at Chelsea after coming up through the youth ranks. But, yeah, it was a great finish, to be honest. He ended up in a right load of space. Willian played him a great ball. It's 1-1. And what we need to make sure doesn't happen here is that Chelsea don't start turning it around, because they've had a lot more possession in the last 5 minutes than they've had throughout the rest of the game, as Lozano maybe should have made it 2, and Chelsea are starting to look really threatening. It's James now to Rashawn Williams out on the edge of the area to Ruben Neves, plays it to Pogba. Pogba with his shot from distance. Does take a deflection though. We have got a corner. Rodriguez will take it as he puts it out towards Pogba. Pogba nods it down to Neves. Neves will have a... No, he won't. No, he fucking won't. He had a chance to shoot. Don't know why he didn't. Looks like he was taking his time, dwelling on the ball a little bit. Chelsea did end up in possession, but once again, the highlight screws us. Half-time, though. Rashford playing a 6.5 sharper. You know, I mean, I'm not going to judge him on one game as a poacher, but 6.5, we'll try and remember that. We are going to go and tell the guys assertively that we're far from pleased. Want them to be pressing on. We've only got fairly good morale going throughout the squad, so with a little bit of luck, we can grab a goal early on. Change our favours somewhat in this game, because at the moment we started really well, first 10-15 minutes, but since then Chelsea have come back into it, and with only 2 shots that they've had, both of them have hit the target, and both of them have been, well, one was a goal and the other one was very dangerous. It's Van Beek. Sanchez manages to whip in front. Rodriguez tried playing it over, but it didn't work, but it's Dybala now, breaking into the air. Dybala, what's the word I'm looking for? He went alone. Basically, an individual goal is exactly the word I was looking for, the phrase I was looking for. Sanchez with a ball over. He looks like he was drifting out, but then he managed to get inside of Christensen, get into that weak near post, as we know on Football Manager 17, and puts us in the lead with just 49 minutes on the clock. What we need to do now is put a bit more of a gap, which we might do here. It's Sanchez to Dybala again. Dybala with... That's not even a corner. Quite possibly the worst shot he has shot in a United shirt. But 51 minutes in, and we are back on the ball via Pogba to James. Dybala to Rashford. Pogba. Still Pogba, great ball to James. Hit straight into Courtois' hands. 51 minutes on the clock, as we were saying. And at the moment, other than Chelsea nicking that goal via Solanke, they've not really had a right lot else. It's Rashford with a great ball low to Dybala. He didn't manage to come out with it though. It's still Dybala. Puts it wide of the post. He managed to turn on the ball there. I thought he was just going to put it into the back corner. It wasn't the case. 60 minutes on the clock now. I think it's fair to say if Rashford's still behaving poorly, that we're probably going to take him off. And he is. 6.4 sharper. So we've brought on Martial for Rashford. I'm also thinking that we're going to bring on Ander Herrera for Ruben Neves. He's sat there with a booking. Sanchez is booked as well, so I'm going to keep a keen eye on that. We're also going to give the guys a little bit of a team talk. We're assertively going to tell them that we want more from them, because ideally right now I'd like to try and push for that extra goal, make it 3-1, calm our shit down a little bit, knowing that we've pretty much got the game, and then, well, basically I just don't want another draw. 3 draws on the bounce. It wasn't that long ago we had 2 live comms that we basically didn't take any points from. Well, didn't take any wins from. We're not used to it on the Fergie way. This has been a little bit of a change in dynamic. It's Dybala into James. James with his shot straight at Courtois. Yeah, I mean, as you know, I'm fully focused on the Champions League this year, but it doesn't mean I'm willing to sacrifice so many points in the Premier League. And already, we've probably had our worst Premier League up to now. I mean, we sat on the top of the league, but you'll know, guys, you've been here, hopefully some of you from the beginning. We absolutely destroyed it the first few seasons. It's just this season, just the consistency's dropped would be the best way to describe it. It's Darmian out to James. James out on the left, he plays a low ball, but it's cleared out by Zuma, only for a throw-in though. So I am just going to get the guys to play a little bit more defensively, and with a little bit of luck, see out the game basically. I mean, we've only got a slender 1-goal lead. I don't want the guys to be pushing too far up the field, so I'll just get them to play defensive for the last 5 minutes. Basically so Chelsea don't nick one. They've only had 3 shots, 2 of them on target. One that went in out of those two on target, and the other one that really should have gone in. So it's got a draw wrote all over it. I think if Chelsea get down our end, so at least if we have the lads playing at the back a little bit, slowing down the pace a little bit, we should be safe here. It's Pogba now. To Dybala. To Martial. James bursting forward. He's got 4 men in front of him now. Sanchez has ended up on the ball. Kranenvitter just got a book in there at some point recently. So it seems as though there's been quite a few yellow cards in this game. I mean, we've picked up 3, I think it is. Chelsea look like they've got their fair share as well. Well, no, it's just Kurt Zouma. I thought Kranenvitter had got one, but I was obviously completely wrong. Just that he'd not got one at all. Casting aspersions. It's Darmian to Sanchez. Pogba with a shot from shot from inside the box. Out on the wide right. He kept it low, but it was straight into Courtois' hand. We are in the last highlight now, so unless Chelsea can do something with the very last kick of the game, which they still may do because it's gone out for a corner with just 10 seconds to go. Might be eating me words here, and it's going to annoy me if they score when I've gone to defensive as well. There we go, it's clear. Martial, you'd think, would just clear it up the field. Dybala runs onto it, and by right, that should be it. But we might have we thought we were going to get a bite of the cherry then. It's going to give us a corner as well. We're literally well over a full minute over the time. It's James who's going to swing it in. And he does do towards Pogba. Cleared out. Surely now. Still going on. It's got to be full time. Darmian sets a throw and it's with Herrera. Herrera to Sanchez. Still Sanchez. And Herrera again. Rashawn Williams. I mean, I don't know what the referee's doing. We're now going into 2 minutes over the allotted added time. Eric Bailly, Williams, David Alaba. He does advance up the left-hand side, though. Alaba swings across in it. We ended up with another corner. We're heading into the 94th and a half minute when we were only going to have 92 minutes as Rodriguez whips it in. Martial at the edge. Cleared out. Finally, we get the full-time whistle. And finally, we get the 3 points that we came for. So I'm assertively going to tell the lads that. Bit of a let-off because I didn't think they were that great. I am, however, going to tell Paul Pogba he had a pretty decent game. Pleased with his performance out there. We'll go to the post-match analysis. We can have a quick look at the table. And as you can see, Tottenham have got 2 games in hand on us. We've only got 4 points on them. So they can still go to clear. So there we go then, guys. That's episode 14 of the Fergie Way, all done and dusted. In the next episode, as you know, we are definitely coming back for Arsenal. So, I mean, this one's probably not going to end up that short, so my apologies. I've waffled quite a bit. We had to talk about the game crashing, talk about the 1,000 subs, yay, and then we had to talk about the news and stuff that had happened in the meantime. So, next episode, nothing will have gone on. Probably go and have a little quick look at the squad, check out a couple of players, then we'll get straight into the Arsenal game. So tomorrow night will be a tad shorter. So if you have enjoyed today's episode, guys, don't forget to leave a like. You guys are doing it tremendously at the minute. I've been getting more likes on my videos just lately than I ever have before. You guys are awesome. Thanks very much. If you are new around here, don't forget you can hit the subscribe button and check out the links in the description. You'll find season reviews for 1, 2 and season 3, so you can have a quick catch up without having to go back and watch 80 episodes of the Fergie Way. And other than that, guys, I hope to see you in tomorrow night's episode. I've been Teach FM and I'll catch you later. See you in a bit.